Derell Life Solutions. I hope everybody is having an excellent Friday afternoon, evening. I am in the midst of a bit of a conundrum right now. I'm heading back to the business, got a few little issues going on, some things that I got to take care of. I thought I was going to be out for the day. Um, Man, it's unfortunate, but this is part of operating a business, a clinic, and things going on. You always have unforeseen things taking place. So it seems like my evening is going to be, I'm going to be working a little longer than expected, particularly on a Friday. I had some plans that got derailed a little bit because um, in about an hour and a half, I was actually planning to, go back home to Louisiana, and I was going to be leaving later this day once the traffic kind of settled down around 6:30, 7 o'clock. That may be derailed, maybe another 30 minutes to an hour. I'm gonna get on the road and head to Louisiana later on. But part of business, you have to handle things. And when you're a business owner, hey, it's almost like you work every day. So I was actually heading home, guys, and I had a worker that was working later in place of me because I've been working later doing some things with some things for clients. And it just so happened that somebody locked the building up, and I have keys to the building, and the building is not supposed to be closed until maybe like after 6 o'clock, and they locked it up somewhere after 5:30ish or something like that, which I don't understand why. And so I have to go and retrieve some information, keys, personal belongings. I have to do all of that as a business owner. I cannot have a person stranded without their personal items. And I had to basically make a U-turn. I was almost home, man. I was literally almost home. Literally almost home. So now, guys, since that happened, I said, okay, I was going to go live earlier today. I was going to go live earlier today. However, I had to assist a group home provider in getting an occupancy license and some other things, applications for their certification for their group home. I was doing a lot of consulting related stuff. I had a employee in which today was her last day, and I did something nice for her. Basically sent her off, and on a positive note. She's definitely a reliable employee. Kind of talked to some of my other staff and some clients about some things about next week. I'm looking to hire at least two new employees within the next 2 weeks. And so business goes as usual, man. And so I was actually, taking vehicles to get maintenance and things like that. I thought I'd have an opportunity to chat with you all for about 45 minutes. And of course that didn't happen, but I have the time now. So you all can chit chat with me. You all can chit chat with me for the next hour, because it's going to take me about 35 minutes to get to my office in Texas City, and another 30-40 minutes to get back home, depending on the traffic. And so now you all are stuck with me for the next hour and a half. So we're going to chop it up. We're going to talk about things. I'm talking about business. I'm talking about managing business. I'm talking about what it takes. I'm talking about work ethic and everything that is involved in you being successful. Now, I want to apologize, guys. And I know some of you all are involved in a sector, a very toxic sector that I have been involved in. And I do want to apologize for the fact that I had to invest my time getting some things out of my chest and disclosing some very, very personable things and some things that I felt that they should know. Um, it all started for about me going. It all started in which from a live stream on this channel, in which I was expressing that I don't think doing certain things is in the best interest of yourself long term. How you invest your time doing nonsense, particularly when you're attempting to destroy the livelihood of another person. And so I've been playing the background up until the last few days, at least the last week or so, or at least. And I thought, and what's up, my opinion? Good to see you, and I appreciate everybody that's here. We got 9 in the chat, and we have 2 likes, and I hope we can get the likes up. It was a different feeling when I went back to that sector. It was a different feeling. It just, I really felt out of place. I felt like, of course it is people that I have known, people that I have seen and have known for years, and the cast of characters, the people in the chat. And so I kind of, in my decision to expose things, excuse me, my mind was not actually on those things. My mind was actually on business. As I, made the decision to go back and tell my story and tell the things that occurred, and while I feel this way and I want people to leave me alone and don't call me, don't reach me, don't communicate with me, I thought that I was going to feel a level of rejuvenation that would have positioned me in a way that I would be, enthused about creating the next live and the next live and the next live. And that didn't happen. It didn't happen. Like in the past, when I would take a break and come back, I was thinking of all types of subjects and topics and who I can go against and say things and beef. I was hungry for that. And I felt a great deal of adulation and like, they love me, they miss me, they hate me. I get their attention. And I didn't feel that this time. I didn't, my opinion. I really didn't. I felt like, I felt relieved. I felt a sense of my mind is not here, but I'm doing this to get back. I really just did this just to get back at Donna Winters. And then the other person just basically because she was, directly involved at the latter part of that. But I didn't feel this hunger to say more things and to go live again. And I know it appeared that I was making my rounds and I'm getting back into the sector, and you all saw me on a bunch of panels and things talking my ish and saying all kinds of stuff. And I know that a lot of people enjoyed the live stream of me exposing things and saying things. But really, it really internally for me, although it made great theater, it did nothing for me as far as internally and inside and as far as, did it make me feel better? No, it didn't make me feel any worse. I didn't feel anything. My opinion said it came from a hurt place. It came from an angry place. It came from a place of anger and frustration because I'm a very versatile person who has a wide range of experiences and knowledge and interests. And I don't appreciate when people contact me specifically to trigger me to saying things and doing things that I don't want to do. And it's a reason why certain people wondering why I don't call and text them. And the reason why I don't is because I had to realize that this is unhealthy. The space is toxic, is unhealthy, and I could be doing other things. And when I was expressing things, I just merely talked about merely seeking a consultant to evaluate my business productivity. Not just me, but everybody that's in the chart, in the flow chart. That goes for my office manager, my contract therapist, my case managers, my behavioral techs, the billing person, my payroll specialist, human resources. I just didn't do this for myself. And when I talked about in a better way, more productive way of investing my time into my business, I mean, there were numbskulls who also own a pool business and so on that thought I was meaning just strictly me. I have tons of them. I have several employees. I have over 10 employees. And so we're not just talking about myself. I'm talking about everybody. You think when my business is being evaluated, it's only talking about me as the owner? No, I'm talking about my therapist in Dallas. I'm talking about my therapist in Houston, Texas City, my therapists that are remote, that are in person, my office manager, my case managers, my interaction with other people directly, people who provide services for me. But it's like people say these things thinking that they understand business and my particular business, and they don't. And it's like I can appreciate constructive criticism. I am willing to yield to the opinion of constructive criticism, and I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. But what I'm not willing to do is deal with idiocracy, just in the fact of, I told you this, and you paid for this, and I could have told you this years ago. You didn't know what I was doing years ago. You don't know the nature of what I do just because you see me for a couple of hours a day, a few days a week. That doesn't qualify you to have an opinion on my business. So I just thought that was a bit, I thought it was stupidity to make that type of comment. Yeah, I was angry, in my opinion. I was angry, but it was more of a short-term, very acute form of anger, because once I got out what I needed, I'm good. What's up, Binary Code? How you doing, player? How you doing? It's good to see Binary Code up in the house. Good to see everybody in here. And so, good to see Unadulterated Truth. I really do appreciate you all. We got 13 in the chat. Because you all could be somewhere else right now. You all could actually listen to a woman who is falsely insinuating that a man engaged in pedophilic-like behavior. You all can be there. You all could be there to listen to extremist behavior that is unfounded based on a person having an opinion based on something a rhetoric that another person stated. And so sometime I think I want to do some content that's going to focus on impulsive social media like behavior, because I think that it is very irresponsible for people to be giving other people's labels like that. I mean, and so I'm also seeing where another I would say psychologically ill person has posted that someone the date of I'm not cheering for that. I'm not cheering for that. I'm like, okay, that happened. He got punished based on his actions. That's justice. Let's move on. But am I going to clap and dance and applaud that? Because my position is that I feel for the people who are connected and who financially depend on this particular person who did horrible things. And when I saw all of that, and I know binary, and I know and I know that you kind of tiptoeing in and out, and I get it, and I actually thought that I would have the thirst to, like, okay, I'm gonna go live at least twice a week for like an hour and a half and talk my ish and say little things, but it's the feelings are not there. What's up, honeybee? How are you doing? The motivation to do so is just simply not there. It's simply not there. My motivation and energy is about having a business that was voted in the Galveston County area in Texas City as the best healthcare facility in 2022. That's what I'm interested. I would like to have that again. My business was voted as the best healthcare or mental health facility in that small city 3 years ago. It was an honor. I want that again. I want to continue being one of the most requested therapists in the state of Texas whenever there is a mental health crisis. See, I don't talk enough about how when the tragedy in Santa Fe, Texas occurred, which I actually had a practice in Santa Fe, Texas at a school, I counseled a couple of families and I was requested to provide services at that location, at that school. See, I don't talk a lot about the fact that when the guy, four scenarios in Dallas, I was requested. The guy in Mesquite who killed the 4 cops in downtown Dallas years ago in 2019, I was requested, and they wanted to give me a contract for 2 weeks to counsel the families of those policemen and to hold the police department. I don't talk enough about those things, but I was requested for that. I was requested to go to Uvalde, Texas for that unfortunate school massacre. I was requested for the situation that happened in Fort Worth with the black lady that got killed by the police. The guy Botham, who now has a street named after him in Dallas. I was also requested to provide services for that situation to people. And also to be interviewed on television, for local television, for those things. Almost every major catastrophe that occurs in the state of Texas, not all, but a great deal of them, particularly if it's in the Houston, Dallas area, particularly, I usually, through employment assistance programs or a state organization, I'm recommended to provide some level of services or consulted for my expertise. And that's merely just facts. So at the end of the day, I have to ask myself, when I am at that level where I'm highly requested, highly recommended, people want my services, people appreciate my services, they pay for my services. Is it in the best interest for me and my business, even though I consider going to a sector for recreational time, is that the best use of my time? To interact with people who would actually cheer and feel feel a great deal of achievement if they were to be a part of a organization or a group that caused me to be economically a business affected by that. My business was affected by some unprofessional or unethical things, particularly that I may have done in the sector. And so, what's up, TMK Media? And so, I'm talking about where people actually told me that I was committing Medicaid fraud. That is irresponsible. There were people who said I committed online sexual harassment. There were people who stated I did all types of godforsaken things that were not the case. That were just simply not the case. Shout out to Honeybee. Shout out to TMK. It is like, I'm gonna be honest, Binary, and also TMK Media and others. You know, the Umar Johnson sector is known as a sector of high-level professionals who have bachelor's degrees, master's degrees like myself, and PhDs, JDs, you know, MBAs. And my question is, should we be operating amongst these people? It is a legitimate question to ask. Those that, because the Umar Johnson sector is a hub that was created because it was people who were connected to Umar Johnson, who worked or was connected to industries that involved education, that involved psychology, mental health, that involved real estate, that involved law, that involved certain levels of pro-black, black first attitudes, healthcare. And so it was very attractive to these professionals and even the criminal justice system. The people who began doing the stalking and all of this harassment behavior were also licensed professionals. And amongst others who were also licensed and unlicensed, educators at all levels, elementary, middle school, high school, college, community college, and also four-year colleges, and people who were instructors or professors with advanced degrees. Business owners. And it hurts me, and it hurts to see how some of these people, many who failed at their career, find joy in destroying careers. And I don't find that entertaining. I don't find it, you know, something to enjoy and be entertained at. I have never, you know, even though I enjoyed YouTube and I, you know, have spent at times in pockets a great deal of time at times, particularly I spent a decent amount of time doing YouTube in 19, because really I started doing YouTube in 2017. I didn't spend a lot of time doing YouTube in 17 and 18 until I didn't really start doing a great deal of content until really dropping videos until maybe the September, October of 2018 was when I began to really do at least 3 to 5 videos a week. Uploads. 2019, the age of streaming came aboard where people were able to use StreamYard instead of doing Google Hangout. And then when that came about, I began to see more streaming. Streaming is more easy. Binary say Derell taking shots. No, I'm not taking shots. I'm basically hammering the reality of it. I mean, I would not be arguing with felons in real life. So why would I be arguing with a felon on YouTube? And that is pretty much the logic that I'm using. I don't argue about financial or business related things with broke people. So why would I argue about finances and business with broke people on YouTube? I wouldn't, and no stretch of the imagination, entertain criticism from anybody that is not a licensed professional in my area of expertise. That's a no-no. And I even allowed myself, for entertainment purposes, to get, shoved into some, what I would say, debates and discussions with people I had no business having discussions with about these things that I'm actually an expert and I'm a paid expert. Nor should I ever entertain someone telling me you're not a good therapist. Now, at one time, I would get shocked one time I would entertain and try to explain, and people like, oh, you're not professional. I'm very professional. I'm professional to my business. I'm professional to the organizations that I am affiliated with. I'm professional to my clients. I am not that professional. I'm professional on this channel, but I'm not professional on YouTube. I'm not, because this is not a professional space. There have been organizations that have felt otherwise about that. My licensing board and others, they and there's a lot of discussions about things that go on in regards to online behavior. What's up, Peter Panel Killer? But I do think that at some point, because I enjoy talking about topics, I would never label someone as a criminal without knowing or seeing some type of thing, particularly a label such as pedophile or pedo, which really not a good word to say on YouTube. I would not label someone as a rapist. Would not label somebody as a murderer unless I seen or known that to be true, or that's something you admitted to yourself. I don't even like talking about mental health disorders, labeling someone which I really can't do that. I stop myself from even talking about someone potentially having mental illness. I don't even like when people ask me, does this mean someone is a narcissist or someone has antisocial personality disorder? Are they major depressive? Are they bipolar? Do they have PTSD? I don't like talking about it, particularly if it involves me giving a clinical assessment and I have never met this person in real life to do that assessment. And it's just the facts. And so I'm going live because I'm actually almost at my office, and you all will be alive with me as I work. I think that it is not, because my position is that people who say that forget about how they were unfairly labeled as such. I mean, the person, people doing this, it man, the hypocrisy is real, man. Because did someone not unfairly get labeled things about how they conducted themselves in the classroom, and potentially lost their job, and people labeled them as, and they said all kinds of wicked things online, and could carried on in certain ways, and even went live and jumped on panels while at school. And I was a person that supported that person. Supported her financially, supported her through the letters to the board, to her school board system. And it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, that person is going to be their online personality, be who they really are. And they're going to tell me, you still act like this, you still act like that, you're goofy, you're this, you're a horrible person, you're all these terrible things, and how could you say this, and why shouldn't you do this? And it does not require a response from me, because I let behavior speak for itself. So I'm about business. I'm about doing things in real life, and I'm about accomplishing things and talking about those positive things to you all. I got a text message the other day. I got a text message from a person that is attempting to open a business and asked me for resources, informational resources, to be put in the right direction. Right? And I basically, I actually got a couple of things, but I got to send them some information probably later today or tomorrow, so that they can be put in the right direction. And they're from that sector. I enjoy things like that. I have gotten several on this channel. I've had several consulting gigs that I have partaken in, and one that I'm currently doing long term in Dallas, because of this Life Solutions channel, where I'm helping people start businesses, and particularly in mental health and healthcare, that I am knowledgeable about. I'm using my skill set to be of a value to others and to route them in the right direction. And I've done little consulting here and there, and now I'm hoping to make that a bigger part of my business. And so I'm going to say that, and many of you know this about me. Please, these people that say these things think that they really think that their opinion counts. And their opinion is simply an opinion. It's simply an opinion that means nothing. And that's one of the reasons why, if people say things about me and would put me in titles and things, it's just an opinion. Opinions mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. Opinions don't mean a damn thing. They don't mean anything, and they have absolutely no influence on your real life. That's why when people did and said things about me personally, a lot of that stuff I cared less. And then when I started doing things, I felt like the things that were going on were not important enough for me to be spending 20, 30 hours a week and plus to get some stuff taken care of. I'm sorry. It's just not. And I know that the process of me doing that and live streaming it makes for good content. But I'm sorry. It's just not. YouTube is just not that important to me. It's just not. It's just not. But I am more enthused about helping someone that I routed into the right direction to start a business, to be successful, to make career, you may make monumental changes in their life and get opportunities to help them grow as a person and to be successful. I have great joy in that. And I plan to do content like that as I go through that process, because that process is enjoyable and it's positive. And I hope that it can encourage others to do things that they wish they could do, didn't think they could do, or they just didn't have proper information and proper guidance. I am blessed to be of a resource to people so that these things can happen. I'm sorry, guys. I had to phone call because I'm heading back. Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, please press 1 if you can hear me. Please press 1 if you can hear me. I hope you all can hear me. Okay, good. Y'all can hear me. Okay. So I'm turning in now. I gotta take care of some business here. I'm gonna have you all actually live with me as I do this, because I business is business. Business is business for me. So I'm actually coming in right now, and getting ready to unlock this. So guys, I'm gonna have you just give me a second as I do this. And I'll be talking as I unlock this door. Just give me a second. Oh, the door is open. Thought the door was locked. Give me a second, guys. Oh, I thought everything was locked.
It was. You see that car that's down there? She literally just pulled up. That's why I was calling you to see if you was close.
Yeah, I was already here, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm finna go move to GMC.
Okay, go ahead.
I already clocked out.
Okay, no problem. Had a bit of a miscommunication there, but that happens. So I'm here now. So I came a little bit too late. So guys, just give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So this is kind of a major area right here where I do therapy and do groups and things. So she's coming back. So I'm gonna get the information. You got that? Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Hope you have a good weekend. See you on Monday. All right. This is my office up in here, guys. I know you all see this office sometime. So get put these keys up. Both keys. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and get out of here. Let me turn these lights off. It's business, man. This is business. This is what I do, man. This is the stuff you don't see sometimes. You know, things happen. And I'm actually on my way. I'm going to be actually heading out of town later today. It got derailed a little bit because I had to come back for this reason. But, you know, it was a necessity. Okay, leave this door open. All right. So, guys, this is my office. This is like the hallway up in here. You know, we got up in here area, man. I pretty much rented out about 50% of this building, this upstairs building, this area, this the front area up in here. I rented out about 50% of this building. I have about 8 offices, and I need another 2. I need at least two two offices. Okay, so got all that together. So, I mean, I love talking about business. I love talking about, you know, things as it relates to healthcare, education, mental health, things that intertwine with mental health and healthcare. I'm pretty knowledgeable about some of those things, and even to a certain level, the politics behind it. I am going to talk about DEI a little bit more because people are kind of, you know, looking at DEI as being an issue. A lack of having a DEI legislation on the federal level that basically wasn't all that effective in the first place, particularly for black people, because only 4%, according to the statistics. I need to do more research on DEI. Because there's still affirmative action and other things that are in place that allow minorities, or I would say black people specifically, to get jobs, particularly in certain areas where there has been historical discrimination. And these are just facts. Oh, I think did she come back? I don't know if that was her or not. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Had to make sure people take care of their business, man. This has been a crazy ass day, man. This has been a crazy day for me. Like, when I talk about to people, like, you know, when I look at things that go on, and one of the reasons why I don't take YouTube that serious, particularly with people with certain things, because I just separate the two. I just don't see, in many ways, the translation as far as what goes on YouTube translates to the real world. And I don't see it. I see a lot of extremity, a lot of, off the wall conversation and discussions. I see a lot of things that are just not representative of what people do I see adults who have the opportunity and the privilege, not necessarily the privilege, but the freedom to act in certain ways that they would never act in real. I turn a side eye to the people who think that you owe them authenticity. They think that you owe them in such a way to be your genuine self. You don't. A content creator doesn't owe you that. Only in the sense of you lying about what you do. I'm talking about as far as presentation and how you carry yourself and how you. I'm not saying lie about your achievements and education, like one person actually did. A teacher who had people thinking that she had a master's degree, and she never had a master's degree. But to me, that like, why lie about that? I don't understand that. Like that is like embarrassing. Like, why lie about achievements that things you didn't achieve? I mean, it's I could understand a person with a high school diploma with a high school dropout line and saying they had a high school diploma, because it could be somewhat embarrassing. But I already have a degree. I mean, it's no you lying and deceiving people about having a master's degree. Matter of fact, that really nobody really cares. I mean, I know for myself, I actually talk about the fact that I do, because it is germane to the fact of my character and the fact that I show my achievements on the walls. You see I show the proof of what I am. I show the proof because that's what I do. I show proof. I don't have to lie and say I have a PhD when I know I have a master's. Or I have I see no reason for that. You're not lying to anybody but yourself. I don't believe in people lying. All right, that was my staff again. Okay. Are you all serious? Another plane crash in Northeast Philly? Oh my man, something's going on. Something ain't right. Something's wrong, man. That is not that is horrible. It's getting to the point where I don't know if I want to get on a plane. This is horrible. My God. And I got a couple of places I want to go to, quite a few places actually. Um, Man, that's bad. That's horrible news, because I am planning to take a trip. Me and my wife are planning to go to the Caribbean on a cruise, hopefully in the next few months, couple of months. I also plan to go back to Vegas. I plan to take at least 2 trips to Vegas this year, and maybe 1 or 2 other places I plan on going. I This is, I don't know, man. This is becoming, I don't know, man. This is not good. This is not good. I would like you to give me your thoughts. If anybody has any more information about that, please let me know, and I can talk about it. Just make me aware. This is horrible. That is horrible news. Give me a second, guys. I'm just looking for something while I've got the chance. What the hell I did? And guys, I'm really, to be honest with you guys, I am burnt out for the day. I mean, I got energy, but Okay, can you all hear me now? I think I may have accidentally muted. Let me know if you can hear me now. If y'all can hear me, let me know. Can you hear? Oh, okay. They said good. Okay, so y'all can hear me now. Okay, I got my light on. Okay, good. I had it on mute. All right. Okay. So there's some things I'm going to talk about. I'm also going to talk about things that involve the effects of social media, particularly in the field of mental health. TikTok has been highly criticized in the mental health field a lot, and I need to start touching more on TikTok. And I hope it's not propaganda due to the fact that TikTok is owned by the Chinese, but they are saying that there's a great deal of things that relate to TikTok causing anxiety attacks and tics for people and things for young kids and different things like that and other different psychological issues. And I just ran across a article from the Texas Counseling Association that talk about the influence of TikTok in mental health that I'm actually going to review, and I'm going to start doing my StreamYard and talking about those things. So I'm going to discuss that. I'm going to discuss that probably sometime next week, because I'm going to be out of town for the next couple of days. I'm going to be out of town from Friday. I'll be back Sunday. I don't plan to do any content on Sunday. I plan to do all my content. I'm gonna do all my content probably. I may do some things that Sunday just to post throughout the week, and that's where I'm at. So, but I'm gonna say that I enjoy the thing that I enjoy the most about YouTube, particularly when I'm having intellectual conversation and actually learning things and teaching things, is I like the feedback and I like the interaction. And I like the fact that if I deliver information that is valuable to a person, that helps them in real life, that in itself is a reward. More rewarding than any super chat or cash app. That's rewarding. And I just enjoy the interaction of that, the question, the answer, the Q&A of it. Just the spontaneous thoughts and responses that come out of it. And that's how your channel grows, because other people that, you say something that resonates with them, they'll share it and send it to other people. And that's how your channel grows. But, and I enjoy that. So I know I'm in the dark, and unfortunately it's 6:30. And be honest, guys, the last couple of weeks I've been working late, and my wife been getting on me about coming home later and stuff. She like when I come home before 6:30, even though sometimes I come home like 7:30ish, depending on things. But I typically on most days, my last session is usually over around 5-ish, 5:30ish. So I usually come home about 6, maybe 6:30. Sometimes, some days I'm done around 3:30, 4 o'clock. And I typically come home on average around 5:30. That's usually the time. And my day literally starts at around 7:30 in the morning. I get up at 8:30 in the morning. I get up around 7:15, 7:20, and I'm off to work around, almost 8 o'clock. And so that's how my day starts. I get things going, take care of things. I'm actually severely understaffed Just lost an office manager that's been with me for 3 years. Great worker, one of my best employees ever. I need another employee. I actually can. I need to hire at least 2 more employees in the next 2 weeks, and so those are my short-term goals. We are operating at a level that is functional, but not at the best level. And so there will be more pressure on me to do things and more pressure on me to take care of things until things get situated. But I plan to get some interviews going, get a replacement, and get it cracking again. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. But it's unfortunate, man. Another plane crash, a mid. That's and the fact that that's a medical situation, medical flight. That's horrible. Man, that's horrible. That's crazy. But my heart goes out to the families that have to find out, what happened. That's not an easy job to notify people stuff like this. It's not. It's really not. So I'm on this traffic is pretty heavy, but it's steady. And so I'm getting ready to head out. I'm actually going to be going out of town to some casinos in Louisiana tonight. I'm going to have a couple of drinks and gamble a little bit. Then I'm going to lodge in for the night, get up in the morning, head to my, where I'm from. And I'll spend all day. I'm going to get me some boudin crackling, eat some good Louisiana food, give me some good old catfish and some seafood. Man, Louisiana, man, the food, man. There's nothing like good Cajun Creole food, Louisiana style French type food and cuisines. I miss that about home, man. Our culture, like Louisiana culture is grounded in food. We do a lot around food. We gather around we could do the food. We eat, we drink, we do all types of activities. We talk, we bond. We love each other, and food is always around. It's a big part of it. That's just the culture. So, but I thought today was an interesting day for myself. It was very busy early on, and I had some downtime, and I had to go consult and take care of some things, and I'm just trying to operate a business, keep the business operating like a business, get myself fully staffed again, ready to go, get people replaced and in doing their work. There's going to be a 2 to 3 week window where things are going to, things are going to happen. And they're not going to be as productive, but we can make it happen. We're going to make things work. I'm going to make things work one way or the other. And that's just the facts. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. And that's just what it is. This is what I do. I make things work. And so that's just my job. So, and also, on YouTube, sometimes I'm thinking about whether or not the Derell sector channel, am I going to make that more of I'm going to make that more of topics also, a channel that's dealing with topics, but more or less on the relationship realm, dating realm, talk about the manosphere, talk about manosphere sectors and different sectors and things like that, or crazy things I see on YouTube. I will be posting those things and giving commentary. I think that would be appropriate for me to do. talking, having these topics, having this understanding. I enjoy having these conversations. I enjoy it. I like talking about topics more than I like talking about other people, particularly in the sector. It's just not, it's just not what I like to do all the time. At the end of the day, guys, when you press that button and you log off, nothing else matters but what you're dealing with in real life. It all goes away. It's over. I had actually just learned today, actually not today, but actually yesterday, and then somebody else co-signed it and told me the same thing happened, that there was a person that they posted something negative about me that was not true about 2 weeks ago. And I had no idea. And I'm glad I didn't. And that's why I unsubscribed to certain things so I wouldn't have an idea. And people got to understand, man, when people say those opinions, these lies, this misleading information, it means nothing. It means nothing. It literally means nothing. And nor do you have to speak up for yourself to tell people otherwise. Because what they say about you has no effect. It's just information. In real life, man, I don't care. Don't care, man. I really don't. Because as it involves my family, me, and anything else involved in me, they care less. Life moves on for them. It's only relevant for those who are watching that have an opinion that doesn't count. My opinion really doesn't count as it involves other people. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter. So yeah, guys, I'm on this highway. I'm probably about 10 minutes, about a good 10, 12 minutes from the house. So I'm gonna basically let this ride until I get home and things. So appreciate y'all. We got 10, we had 15. Now we dropping a little bit. So when I get home, I'm gonna check the news about the plane crash and see what's happening with that. Basically 2 plane crashes in the matter of 3 days, 2 to 3 days. That's scary. Especially when I want to do I got some places I want to go. But guys, where I really want to go back to Hawaii. Oh my God, man. I want to go back to Hawaii. Like really bad. I loved Hawaii, man. Oh man, that was a vacation. I loved it. And I would go back again and again and again. Man, Hawaii is so beautiful, man. And I was in Maui before it got burned up, I hope they rebuilt it, the island. The next time I go, I'm actually going to go to Honolulu. My wife was telling me about how we want to go, because I know it's like the biggest city. Maui's not like a huge city or nothing like that, but it's still beautiful there. But I want to go to Honolulu. I want to go where it's more kind of got the metropolitan feel and also the island itself. Or we may go to another island, some other spot. But we're gonna check out the islands, and we're gonna go back at some point. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely. Hawaii was, man, that was a trip, man. I loved it. Love the trip, man. Loved it. And I can't wait to be back. Can't wait to be back. And I hadn't been back. And to be honest with you, man, that was back in 2020, 22 that I went to Hawaii. No, 23. No, that was 23. That was 2 years ago. No. My bad. It actually was 22. It was 2022. I went there because 23. I went to New York and things like that. Went to a couple other places, a couple other little spots. Had a good time. This year, I went to Vegas twice. Went to Vegas, and I went to Myrtle Beach. Went to Vegas, and then I went to Myrtle Beach last year. I think I went somewhere else. I know I went to Wyoming one year too. Go visit my brother, which that's actually another trip that I plan to do. I plan to meet my brother again. Go see my brother in Wyoming. Go out there. I'm probably gonna try to go out there when it's cold. If it's snowing, try to go out there for that. Hopefully, if it's snowing. So guys, I'm basically, I'm probably, if I wasn't going out of town, I probably would have done some content tomorrow. On Saturday, definitely, particularly if I was going like out and about. I like to do live streams where I'm out and about on the go. I remember when there was a YouTube on the go aspect of things where it focused on you being on the go and you just going live. Now we got the whole vertical thing going on where people could just flip in and flip, I know when I would talk about Donald Trump, man, I had a lot of people coming in. I had 200 and 300 people listening to my videos about Trump. I'm going to talk about things with Donald Trump, the political side of things. Not a lot, but every now and then I definitely will. It's particularly if that's things that are related to what I do for a living. Definitely if it's related to what I do for a living, I will have some discussion and give my perspective on that. Shit, I'm hoping, man. It's almost 7. I hope traffic calms down. I gotta go pack for 2 days. That's not gonna be fun. It's gonna be quick with it. I'm gonna just bring some things for 2 days, for tomorrow and for Sunday, for Saturday and Sunday. My wife got all her things together, so we'll be heading out. But it's I thought I was gonna have a difficult time dealing with my kids being out the house. They all being grown and just at home and stuff, but it's been cool. It's nice. It's lovely. It is actually lovely. It's peace and quiet. Just chilling. I'm just ain't got to worry. They all can do their own thing. Actually, when my son come home, we can't wait for him to leave because he want to party all day and night and stuff. And you think because he 19 now, he'll be 20 in September. You want to go out and do stuff and be out and gone, and we got to want to be gone all times of the night and all that stuff, and we had to scale that back. But I enjoy being an empty nester. Shit, I'm only I've been an empty nester since I was 46. Now I'm 47. Hey, YouTube cameras, how you doing, Queen? Good to see you here. I'm basically on the go heading home after a long day of work, and I'm back doing my thing. So I've been watching you in the clouds YouTube cameras. I see you doing your thing. You got things going on. You know, I appreciate you for coming through. So, but yeah, man, I'm just enjoying life. Enjoying life, man. Travel, you know, enjoy life, do your thing, work hard. Enjoy what you've accumulated over time. Enjoy what you have accumulated and have been able to achieve the fruits of your labor. That's where I'm at. And that's what I'm doing. I'm living my best life, as they may say. I mean, we can get, you know, you got to enjoy life. You have to have balance. I mean, you get caught up in, you could really get caught up in all the trials and tribulations of life, getting stressed out of the BS on social media. And you can really lose sight of things, and your priorities can really get screwed up. Especially with work. Work can really put you in a realm where you just think you're waking up to the job, you go to sleep on the job. It can consume you. And there are times when work definitely consumed me. It did. And then I had to change that and not allow it to consume me anymore. I had to. She said, "You tired?" Yeah, I am tired. I'm tired for the day. I'm not like physically tired, but I'm just tired for the fact that, you know, I had to go back to my business to unlock the building. Then when I get there, the building was goddamn unlocked, and so I you know, it was crazy. So I was already here, so it was already too late, and so I had to go and do that and made a blank trip. So I had to lock things back up. So I'm gonna put things in place where people can come up in the morning and unlock the door and get into the building. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I wish I did have a good night rest, but just, you know, when you operate in business can sap all of the energy out of you. It can wear you out really quick. Really quick. But I'm good. When I get home, I'm gonna definitely relax and have a meal and maybe, you know, just chill out, and then I'm gonna be getting on the road in about an hour. So I get a good hour's relaxation because I'm going to I'm only driving for about 2 hours before I get to the border into Louisiana, and I'm gonna stay a night in Lake Charles, Louisiana for the night. And I love going there. I actually love going to Lake Charles. Lake Charles has some really good. I'm gonna go to the Golden Nugget Casino, and I'm gonna play a little bit and see what I can do, and you know, have a couple of drinks and chill and stuff, and then I'll be ready to go get up in the morning and be ready to go. And I'm, you know, go see my dad, see how my dad doing. Make sure he okay. Make sure my dad, you know, he's up in age. He's 87 years old, getting ready to be 88. And he, you know, doesn't have any real major health issues at the age of 87, which is good. He's blessed. And my dad, you know, he worked for you know, he's an entrepreneur because he owned a wash interior for 30 years, and he owned his own barbershop for over 40 years. And he also worked for a company called Georgia Pacific. That's a lumbering company that he retired years ago. And he worked there for years, and he's doing his thing. And he still likes to cut hair. He's gonna cut hair until the day he die. And that's just him. You know, he loves being a barber. It gives him something to do, gives him purpose in life. He's in good health, and so he enjoying himself. He enjoy what he does, and I enjoy what I'm doing. And so I hope that I can be as healthy as he is at his age, and you know, doing the things that he's doing. I hope he enjoys it, enjoy his life, live as long as he can, as healthy as he can. I actually got to get back to my sister about some things. Got to call a guy about some stuff. Get some recommendations. About that. About some things. I got to do that. Because I'm, you know, when I get home, after I, you know, pack up and everything. So, but that's going to be my weekend. I'm having I'm having a cool weekend, you know. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, man. I am almost pulling up into the house. I appreciate you all for being here. Had a nice little discussion, but I am getting a bit tired. You know, usually when I go live and I'm doing stuff, I'm kind of relaxed and stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and bail out for today. I will be chatting with you all again early next week. Y'all have a great day. Peace.